Right, I forgot some things. I forgot to tell you guys about the leech. I've never been bitten by a leech before. That was the first time. But that was the day before. So, oh, the leech is this blood-sucking animal that lives partially in water, partially in nature, apparently. I didn't see it actually, but I had this big smear of blood on my foot in the evening, and I was showing it to Saroj, and he told me this is a leech bite, and I was like, no, I just hit my foot on the bike or something. Then I cleaned it, and there was this microscopic little hole in my foot without any other signs of scratches or anything. So I, in fact, really got bitten by a leech, which is a scary thought to me, but I'm happy that I did not see this little monster. So that was the day before. Then we were at lunch yesterday. I don't know how I could forget this, because this was this little shed again. Shed, that's the word I was looking for in the last video. Little house at the roadside in a little village. We crossed a bridge and then we arrived there, and apparently there was a big traffic jam due to the mud. It was a crazy wet day, so we had rains all night, so everything was mud, and there was a traffic jam for our Jeep driver. We are accompanied by a Jeep driver who takes our luggage, of course, and he was stuck for a while, so Saroj was like, "Wanna have lunch now? We have time." Oh, wait, we're normal. Okay, interesting. So the smoke we had just a little bit before with that scared away the animals, let's call it that, is gone now. So I hope I don't have more insects. But what I was saying, yeah. So this little building at a crossroad. People did not speak English, of course. I don't expect that, but it is a sign of how non-touristic this area is, where we were. And we had some sweets, some Nepali sweets. I have no idea what they're called or what they're made of, but it tasted really good, but extremely sweet. Apparently it's also a bunch of fruit that you can get in India as well, which is more or less standard here for most things you eat and drink. Yeah, so they were, my friend is back, tasty. And after that we had noodle soup, but it was all noodle and no soup, but therefore not too bad tasting. I guess most tourists would be scared off by the look of this place and the look of, well, the hygienic norms, let's call it that. But I don't care about such things. I have the belief that whenever it's cooked, it won't be infected, because when you cook a bacteria regularly, it dies. So I wasn't all that afraid. It tastes very good. I'm still not sick. I've been here for 11 days now and still all the way functioning. Let's not cry too loud, because who knows. Yeah, so that. The noodle soup was also pretty tasty. The rest of the trip was all roadside mud driving until we arrived at Trishuli, the next village, where our hotel was this gigantic complex. The Water Tower Hotel is the name, and I don't expect luxury, you know. I come to this kind of countries to live in the style the people live here. But this was crazy. Oh my god, really. I think that's the most luxurious hotel that I've had. Well, not for European standards, but for Asian standards, for sure. Yeah, so very nice room, all for me again. I had the view. I get the impression that Saroj is booking a view side bedroom for me every time, because that's the third time now tonight. And again, I have view. So, but then also second floor only, but a beautiful view over the valley of around the town, but also like, I don't know, this trash dumping site, sorting center, something like that. So, which I didn't notice until this morning, because you know, when you see trash in the streets, that's very sad for me, but also part of going to Asia, since in most countries they don't have a decent trash sorting system, or even you know, like trash collecting, I don't know, department, I don't know what it's called in English, and I don't know how it's organized. And my experience goes to SimCity and stuff like that, so which they don't have here, this kind of stuff. Well, the games, of course, they do, but the organized trash collection system that we have. But yeah, rest of the evening we drove to what's the name again? Nuvakot Durbar, which was a palace, a castle, something like that, on the hillside in the area. It was a very muddy drive. I was very impressed with our driver's skills for that one. And I decided I need a Jeep in my life sometime. Well, we have a Land Rover now, so no fixation on brands. But yeah, other than that, it was impressive. And the palace in itself was also nice. Very heavily damaged by the earthquake from 3 years ago, 2015. There were heavy earthquakes here, as I might have told before in one of the videos, but which you also just might generally know, you know. And since then, most of those attractions, let's call it that, are free, which is also the case for this palace. It was completely in Diwali style, and it offered again a very, very, very wonderful view over the surroundings. And we even saw our hotel from up there. Wow! Since it's such a big tower, yeah. So that was also nice to see. Again, a lot of photo opportunities. Afterwards, we drove back. We enjoyed rum Coke, in my case rum Pepsi, since that's my daddy's drink, a Bumeke. And I had dal bhat again. This one was very, very good. I enjoyed it a lot. And then we called it a night. I went to my room, tried to call my boyfriend, but the Wi-Fi was so sucky that I could not even open a web page, although I had full connection. So I have no idea what they did in this hotel, but that's the Wi-Fi they had there was not worthy of the name Wi-Fi, let's call it that, which is also okay. There's always alternatives to do, and in a holiday I don't like being bound by technology all that much anyway. I made my video anyway, and I could not upload it probably. Guess it's only appearing today because of that, but still I made it. And then I sent some speech messages to Max and went to sleep because I was tired. So I think 10:30 or something, I slept. So today then I'm gonna do this within one video now, because then I'm all the way up to date. Yay! And yeah, so we agreed upon 8 o'clock to leave, but I couldn't do it, so we agreed upon 8:30 then. Oh, I'm bitten by some mean little fly and it itches like crazy. I'm sorry about this. I know even when it happened, it was at the breakfast table, but because the stupid fly, which I already hit off 10 times, did not get the message and kept coming back. Now I know why, of course. Yeah, so I woke up at 7, packed my bag, was ready earlier than I expected. Yeah. Oh, I washed my clothes yesterday. I forgot about that. My Saroj brought me this piece of soap that's apparently for clothes. Since I told him that my outfit was so dirty and I only have one, so he brought me something, and I was like half an hour, maybe three-quarters of an hour, scrubbing my clothes and then not even getting them completely cleaned, hanging them outside. But the, how do you say that in English? The liquidity in the air, yeah, was pretty high. So of course this morning they weren't dry, but still that's fine. When I'm sweating and heating up, it's not that bad anyway to have wet clothes on. Yeah, so packed my bag. The worst thing was my shoes. I washed those too because yesterday I stepped in the middle of a mud pool that was a bit deeper than I expected, so I was up till my ankle in mud. And of course my shoe is not waterproof since I have regular sports sneakers, something like that. Yeah, that was dirty. I messed up the entire bathroom by that, I guess. Yeah. But then, yeah, breakfast. I notice now that I say yeah like every second word in a sentence. Sorry about that. So breakfast was tasty. Not as tasty as it's not the best one I ever had. Maybe my expectations were higher than because of the good dinner I had the night before. Sorry about that. This mosquito really has a fetish for me, I guess. Oh my god, it's so huge. I'm not sure if you guys saw it recently, but I'm gonna try to show it again. I'm freaked out a little bit by it. I think it's attacking me for some reason. Now it's looking for something on the table. Scanning with its long nose. I hope it's not scanning for my blood. It won't be. Okay. So what's the next thing? Yes, breakfast was fine. Saroj cleaned our bikes. In the meantime, I went back up and got my luggage and we left. This time we had an easy day planned, only 19 kilometers and mostly road. Actually, it was completely regular roads. Don't mistake that for paved roads because those are very scarce here. So yeah, we had the good luck, the good fortune of passing over the roads after 2 days of heavy rains, which made the mud even worse. And yesterday we had this I had the fortune, because for me it was funny, of witnessing what the mud can have for consequences concerning traffic jams. And there was, oh my god, there was over 1 kilometer, I guess, mostly trucks and buses in some sort of a traffic jam, just because the road was so muddy and two big ones could not cross each other. I have no idea how they solved it and if they solved it, but of course with a bike we're flexible and we can pass through it, which is also of course the reason that we had no problem. And today, same thing, we are faster than most cars, I guess, unless you have like a Jeep or something that's used to heavy mud and bad conditions. Yeah, we were lucky. But on the other hand, this mud is very hard to ride in. Although again, I did not fall. I still am bodily fully functioning because of good balance and apparently natural talent, which I said before. And I still cannot believe. Yeah, but today was not so hard. It was all roadside. Up next to the river, very beautiful sights again. We just crossed the valley. He actually called it the high road today. It's ended up being 23 kilometers, I guess. and from the hotel till the point where we had a drink and then got into the jeep, because after that we had to drive for 3 hours, I guess, till our next stop, which is here, which is Gorkha. We arrived here, no problems. We even had a siesta again. Me and Sarosh both are very much fan of the concept of siesta now. I made him addicted to this game I told you guys about, Homescapes. He installed it just when we arrived at this hotel as well, and now we're both like playing non-stop every time we have full lives. Yeah, but oh, it is here. I just threw it off. Just a second. I already found it surprising that it went so fast when before it did not. But yeah, that means I'm still a victim for the bugs, because it's not burning anymore since I turned it off. Oh well. So yeah, we arrived here at Gorkha. Installed my room, like I said, again, one with a view. And then we took a shower, washed my clothes again. Got 10 minutes late for the agreed upon time, as usual. I'm always late. People who know me know that. It's not that your time is not as important as mine. I'm just very bad at timing. I always underestimate the time I need to do something. That's my problem. So yeah, but at least I showed up clean and all the way ready, and my clothes were washed before we went, because then I could hang them out to dry. And then we went to another little palace, which is now hardly even a palace, but more of a, yeah, the temple part is still standing, which is what we visited. I think it lied even higher than the one from yesterday, because now we had a very, very far view with like this wonderful, do you say that in English? Idyllic view of turning river through the valley with the sunset. It was very beautiful, but the palace in itself is not standing anymore. Again, consequence of the earthquakes. I said before, but I don't know if I finished my train of thoughts. Most of those attractions are now free, since there is no entrance fee anymore, since there is no, well, attraction for some parts. It's all dangerous, for a risk for collapsing, stuff like that. But this one actually completely collapsed. There were some parts still standing, which were mostly temple parts, and people were celebrating. Today was Tish, like I said before, holiday of women. And in the temple there was this, oh, it's already gone. I had a blessing on my forehead. This woman we came across from in this temple, she was very, very happy, very loving, and she started talking to us in Nepali, and she blessed me. She gave me this red spot on my forehead with rice, the typical thing they do, like they stick it like this, and then they put it here and press it for a while till it sticks long enough. Same thing for Sarosh. He also got a blessing. Then we continue to this place is what they call Pashupati. The temple, I think I talked about in one of the first videos from the first day, where they did the incinerating of dead people. Since it's too far for the locals to go there, they come here, and those both priests there, they allowed me to go in, since I had this one. Usually you're not allowed to go, well, it's not even in, it's this miniature little gate that you crawl into. I hardly could pass through it, even when I was completely crunched down. What do you say? Like, I made myself as small as possible, and I just got in, and then you have to go around this clockworks. I think we talked about this again also before, since counterclockwise is bad luck, and he allowed me to do it since I had the blessing on my forehead. So yeah, we did that. explain me a little bit more about the culture, the temple, some general things. Most things I read in my book afterwards, because he did not remember all that much. I think it's been from high school or something, since he had this materials, so he only knows like the superficial facts. Yeah, Gorkha was apparently a very important city for the unification of Nepal. It was there the first city that this Shah, which is a Muslim king apparently, it was the first one that he conquered, and after that he conquered the rest of the regions. There were like 3 big ones or something in those days that later will become Nepal. Within 25 years, he had a very small army of 2,400 people, but he conquered it against the what is it called again? The West Indian Trading Company or something like that. East Indian Trading Company, I think, from the Brits, and they all got very, very sick. This is all in the 18th century, 17th, 18th century, from a very severe strain of malaria, yeah, which had such an impact on the army that it was weak and small in comparison to the relatively small one from the Shah, which is also the reason why he conquered and Kathmandu and the rest of the big regions here. Yeah, a little bit of history so far. Then we came back to the hotel. We chilled a bit in the lounge since there is no Wi-Fi in my room. In our rooms, played this game that I talked to you guys about before. Now he is also addicted. I showed him Duolingo as well for improving his English. He wants to take a course, but I say, I know this free app, and he installed it, and he's like, oh my god, it's like a game, so he's liking it as well. With him, I mean Sarosh. Yeah. And then we had a beer, or regular beer, 2 even, and a talk, and, well, talk, mostly a play, let's call it a game. And then I had a pizza. I usually, out of principle, don't eat like Italian or Western food when I'm in an Asian country, but I like variation, so I thought let's try it today. I felt like it, and it was actually quite tasty. But beforehand we had some snacks since I was very hungry, with French fries and cheese balls, which were also very tasty. So of course, once I start, I cannot stop, and as a consequence, I did not finish my pizza. I only finished it for 75, 80% maybe. The rest of it, Sarosh ate a piece of, and then he went to eat his daily portion of dal bhat. I was reading in my book, and then decided to do the videos over here instead of in my room, since I had to come back then, and I'm just waiting on my boyfriend to call. So yeah, that's more or less the story of today. I'm proud that I read in my book. I'm proud that I survived another day without falling, without big damage, without big problems. I was so dirty, oh my god. But that only shows that I did a good job today. That's the way I'm choosing to look at it. And I am curious about another day. So now I'm up to speed with all my videos. Look at that. I wanna check the ones that I made from my camera, my head camera. If there's anything good, maybe I upload them as well. But the ones that I looked at, like I said, were pretty poor, since it's only focusing at like the part right in front of my wheel, which is logic, since I'm looking at that part, you know. But that means that logical, I'm sorry, which means that I have to focus on that tomorrow to make it maximally high. Yeah, so that was it for today. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow. Good night.